Every day, all over the world, thousands of women are pushing boundaries and shattering glass ceilings so that future generations won't have to worry that their dreams aren't achievable. These women have helped move the women's movement forward, and they've inspired young adults and children of all backgrounds to realise that they too can do anything they set their minds to.
This facility is under Presbyterian Aged Care, and we are a 65-bedded facility on 3 levels, 1 dementia house and 2 mainstream. So in terms of providing care, I think in this organization and in this facility, we are just driven by love and compassion. And we almost see the elderly people that we look after here as our own parents. So obviously you would not want to compromise the level of care, but probably give them the best care and also understand that this is their life, you know, and they want to be able to spend it well.
Try not to look too much at the cameras. Try to forget they're there and try to talk to us. Try to keep it quite naturally.
Thank you, Jill. I'll try.
No worries. You'll be great.
My name is Isabella Clare Smith. That's right. And I now am 100 years old. 5 I was baptised. But I was even younger than that. I was just in arms when they took me and baptised me. The very Catholic Church were wonderful to me. Although I was Presbyterian, they did not care. That was, you were a good Christian. That was the main thing. On the Wednesdays, we used to go in there, and a lot of us would put the butter on the sandwiches and the filling on the sandwiches and all the rest of it, and get them out to be. And then we used to deliver them, though. Oh, yes.
Do you want to tell us about when you played tennis?
Oh, yes, I learned to play tennis when I was about, I don't know, about 12, I think, when I learned. And I used to do all right then. All right-handed. That was the most thing. And to give and cheat to the ones that did the wrong thing.
What's some good advice to keep having fun, no matter what age you are?
Truth, and to help people, and that was 2 of the main things, the truth and the help.
Women living in aged care facilities are still capable of living extraordinary lives, though they may have some limitations and need for assistance with everyday activities, continue to follow their dreams and overachieve regardless of their age and or limitations.
I'm Roma Wood. I'm 93 and I'm from Minnumurra.
Superstar. First Laura.
Being 93, I think I haven't given up. I still want to be part of this world and to still find things to interest me, to do things. You know, it's a beautiful day. Why would you want to give up? Life's fantastic. So, here you go. I joined Better Hearing Australia and I became a teacher with that organisation to help other people with hearing impairment. There's a lot of people out there with hearing impairment that don't do anything about it. It's a shame because they lose out so much on life and you've got to, you know, work through it, how to cope with it and how to handle it. But the hard part of having a hearing problem, you can get left out and you can miss things. It's really hard to get people to understand that when a person's hard of hearing, if I don't hear what you say, how can I join in? If people don't speak clearly, that's a bit of a problem, you know, with not being able to follow. I mean, a lot of people talk like this. How do you lip read that? Oh, it's quite interesting, really. But I have to be careful these days because I'm lip reading too much and sometimes it's too personal for the other person. You've got to be careful what you say. You go to university eventually, but I had to do all the growing up to get there, you know. Not as easy as that. And I loved it. Yes, I just wanted to keep on doing it. Eventually I became a dressmaker. I loved sewing, but I liked to learn how to do it the right way with garments and wedding dresses, the whole works, you know. And I loved it. In today's world, we've got such beautiful materials. Oh, they're absolutely gorgeous, some of the things that I've seen lately. I like to know what they're making and what's going on in the world and all that sort of thing. But I've always enjoyed that work. I still do, but not physically like I was doing. These days I'm just sort of writing all sorts of things about life in general.
There seems to be a societal misconception which paints a picture that once an individual reaches a certain age or enters an aged care facility, that their role in society is diminishing. In society, older women have contributed many decades at all levels, which is something which is often forgotten or ignored.
Oh my God, that's a question. No, I can't remember that. Yvonne Tupman. I'm 99 coming up, 3rd of October, after I got out of the army. Just discharged from the army, applied for the police force, and I got on that. I joined the police, the women police. That's one of my first jobs in the police was to lecture the school children, tell them about how dangerous it was speaking to strangers, and we used to have to go and give them a little lecture about every week, you know, different schools. Only 2 other ladies, one Amy Taylor and Gladys Johnson and me. The first lady to control traffic, Castlereagh Street, Sydney, and I remember trying to stop the trams, and the driver wasn't real happy because I was trying to stop him, you know. But I was one of the first 2 ladies, Amy Taylor and me. The women were never included in murder, and unless they took you along and you had to take notice. You could stay there and you could take the notice. But the only way they could get you there was not in the police car, was in a sidecar. I hated it. I felt as I was going to get my head chopped off by on different traffic, you know, oncoming traffic in the sidecar. But when you're in a job like that, you've got to do as you're told, and that's all about it. I was first stationed at Newtown. Central really was where the women police, the old women police were. There was only about 3 then, only about 3 old women police. Miss Armfield was the leader, the officer of police.
And so you had to leave the police. Why?
Because we got married.
That was the good old days.
Yes, they didn't want you once you got married. I met Dad, Harry Tupman, chief of the murder squad. When he passed away, he was chief of the murder squad. To have my daughter, to have my daughters, to have my 2 girls. That was the most important things in my life.
At Minnumurra, Drummoyne, we have many diverse women who have made an impact, not only to the lives of their family and friends, but also to society. Some are currently board advisors, others have recently completed degrees. These women are the difference makers and continue to make a difference by being active in the community and continue to be an inspiration with their recreational, social, career pursuits and personal interests.
Io mi chiamo Nella Maritato, ho 93 anni e adesso mi sto a fare grande. Vengo d'Italia, Sicilia. Mio marito è partito il 16 ottobre del 1956. Io sono rimasto con 2 bambine e un altro non aspettava che dopo 3 mesi è nato un bambino e aveva 3 bambini io sola. Mio marito è stato qui fino a quasi 6 anni solo lavorava e noi stavamo a casa e mandava. Poi dopo quasi 6 anni abbiamo deciso di venire io qui in Australia e io sono migrata qui a 63.
I have memories when I was very little at school going to visit Nonna every day after school.
Nonna.
My mum used to take us in the four-wheel drive and we would go and visit Nonna every day after school, just for 5 minutes. And now we do the same here. We love coming to see Nonna. We really enjoy our time with her. Yeah.
3 years ago, she had a fall, broke both shoulders, unable to be as independent as she wanted to be. She had been all her life. She made this decision to come into aged care, you know, which it really surprised us all.
Being here in this facility hasn't stopped us from visiting or, you know, being with the family at all. I think she became more of a social butterfly as well with all the other residents here. And I think she's enjoying it. She talks about all the social activities that she does every week, every day, and every week, and the fun times she has with all the residents. And we love coming to see her because her eyes just light up when we come because she's got lots of things to share with us.
She is the matriarch of the family that keeps the family together, and all of us children, 2 of us now. There's 10 grandchildren and there is 23 great grandchildren. We're very proud to call her mum and grandmum and great grandmother and
Thank you very much.
love you, Mum.
Yeah. Adesso c'ho questa bella bambina che è proprio il nome di mia figlia, da nonna, e mi ha dato tanta allegria. Dico di nuovo Maria, mia figlia è Maria, la bambina Maria Sofia. E si è armato il mio cuore come quando è suscitato mia figlia. E questa è stata una cosa bella.
Beautiful souls, and all they need is somebody to stand, you know, next to them and say, what is it that I can do for you? Can I be your legs if they can't walk properly? Can I be your eyes if their vision is very poor? Can I be your ears if they can't hear well? So that's what it is, really. It's not rocket science. It's just about caring, and that's just being there for them.
Nita Matthews, 85, and I'm from Sydney. My whole family, we've always been involved in sport of all sorts. I've been fortunate to have learned how to play netball, umpire netball, from when I was a primary school girl. And I proved to be very successful at it, so it was great. And then as we grew older, 12, 15, 18, we then, with friends, went into the representative teams to play competitions from Newcastle down into Sydney for the championships. We never always won, but we were always in the top half dozen associations in Sydney. So netball, to me, was one of the guiding lights for the rest of my life. From growing into a representative player for netball in Newcastle, I then went on to become an umpire and learn the rules and regulations, the art of becoming a better umpire from the matured people who used to teach it in the early days. And that continued on, and all the lurks and perks that come with being quite good at your skill. I managed a few trips overseas and made lots and lots of friends. And so when I was chosen as the Australian umpire to travel over to different countries overseas, both as a player and a person who went to a country for a month and stayed there and coached netball for a month at a time. And I would have had about 10 of those over a period of time, which was wonderful. So off you go and have good fun and enjoy it and learn from their experiences. And, you know, it was a big job then in those days because not many people were selected to go international. And so I could go, I could umpire their finals, grand finals, their other matches that they had big time. And I just thought it was wonderful, which it was. It came on so unexpectedly, never even envisaged. But when the news from Sydney came through that I'd been awarded the Hall of Fame. I was 10 feet tall and thought I'd won the lottery. After my playing days, I had 3 boys, Peter, Greg and Ian. And with 3 boys, we were lucky because if you'd have had a girl, she would have played tennis, she would have played netball, she would have played ladies soccer. So you're splitting up your family. When you've got 3 boys, away we go. Then I just had because I was an umpire, umpires were short in those days, and the quality of the umpire, and I used to go around all the different countries coaching and then setting exam papers, teaching umpires to be young people to start up. I could say that I went to Kenya, had a month and a half at Kenya, coaching umpires. I'd been to Papua New Guinea. I've been there about 8 or 9 times in the different islands, coaching the umpires, teaching them how to run netball, all those sorts of things. It was just wonderful success after success. And I never thought of myself as an image of being the top person to go to these countries. Really and truly certainly didn't, but it just all kept coming and I kept growing in stature. And I loved it all, thought, listen. And when the Prime Minister of somewhere would come along, need to come and have afternoon tea morning. Thank you, sir. Lovely, very nice.